Have you ever noticed how women wear exhaustion like a badge of honor? We push through on coffee, adrenaline, anxiety, and guilt. We manage work, home, kids, emotional labor, mental checklists, all the invisible expectations no one sees, but we feel. And here's the part we rarely talk about. Science shows that women actually need more sleep than men because our brains use more energy during the day for emotional processing and multitasking. But we are also the ones least likely to get the rest we need. When our sleep suffers, everything suffers. Mood, immune system, hormones, memory, patience, even how we love. So today, I want you to hear this clearly. Your rest is not indulgent. Your rest is medicine. When mothers sleep, we heal. When we heal, we become softer, steadier, more ourselves. And everyone around us, our children, our partners, our homes, begins to breathe a little easier too. Rest is not what you earn after doing enough. Rest is what allows you to live. 1. The science of women's sleep needs. Researchers at the Sleep Research Center at Loughborough University found something remarkable. On average, women need about 20 extra minutes of sleep per night compared to men. And the reason is not emotional, it's neurological. Women's brains are structured for high-level multitasking, shifting constantly between work demands, caregiving, emotional attunement, planning, remembering, anticipating. This means the female brain uses more cognitive energy throughout the day, especially in regions responsible for emotional processing and decision-making, and the brain needs sleep to repair, reset, and restore those networks. So when women don't get that recovery time, the effects don't stay in our heads, they show up everywhere. Irritability, anxiety, overwhelm, forgetfulness, hormonal imbalance, body aches, sometimes even symptoms that look like illness or chronic fatigue. This is not being dramatic, this is biology. Your need for sleep is not a flaw, it is your nervous system saying, please let me rest so I can keep protecting you. 2. Hormones and sleep, the biological truth. Women's sleep isn't just about being tired, it is directly shaped by our hormonal rhythms. Estrogen and progesterone influence how deeply we fall asleep, how long we stay asleep, and even how rested we feel when we wake. This means during PMS, pregnancy, postpartum, and menopause, the brain and body are moving through massive chemical shifts. Those shifts can cause insomnia, early waking, restless nights, overheating, or those intense, vivid dreams that leave you feeling exhausted instead of restored. So if you find yourself lying awake at 2 a.m. replaying every conversation, every decision, every tiny detail of your day, this is not a character flaw. You're not overthinking or too emotional. Your body is doing the best it can while navigating powerful biological changes. What you deserve in those moments is not self-blame but compassion, because your body is speaking. Your nervous system is asking for gentleness, support, and rest, not pressure to push harder. 3. The motherhood sleep deficit. Now let's talk about motherhood, where sleep becomes something we remember, not something we experience. A 2023 study published in Sleep Health found that mothers lose more than 700 hours of sleep in the first year of their baby's life. That's nearly an entire month of rest gone. But here's the part we don't acknowledge out loud. Most mothers never fully recover that sleep debt. Not because they don't want to, but because the habit of self-neglect becomes automatic. We learn to put everyone else first. We learn to survive on empty. We tell ourselves, I'll sleep once the kids are older, or I just need to finish this one more thing, but that one more thing never ends. The laundry, the emotional labor, the invisible planning, the nighttime worry loops. And so does the exhaustion. It becomes normalized, even praised. But motherhood was never meant to cost us our bodies. Our rest is not optional. It is what makes us capable of loving without breaking. 4. The emotional cost of sleep deprivation. When mothers don't sleep, it's not just our bodies that feel tired, it's our emotional system that starts to unravel. Sleep is what helps the brain regulate feelings, stress, and reactions. Without enough rest, the amygdala, the part of the brain that detects threat, becomes hyperreactive. Everything feels louder. Minor frustrations hit harder. We get irritable, anxious, overwhelmed, not because we're overreacting, but because our emotional alarm system is on high alert. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for patience planning and problem solving, slows down. So when we're exhausted, the smallest challenges can feel impossible. A spilled cup, a sibling argument, a change in plans. These can feel like too much because biologically they are. Sleep isn't just rest. Sleep is emotional regulation. It is how the brain resets its ability to respond instead of react. You're not losing it. Your nervous system is just tired, and it needs your kindness, not your criticism. 5. The myth of the perfect mom. Somewhere along the way, culture sold us a lie that a good mother is endlessly selfless, tireless, and available to everyone except herself. We praise the mom who runs on fumes, who says yes to everything, who sacrifices until she is a shadow of herself. And we quietly shame the one who says, I need rest. But here's the truth. Perfection does not make children feel secure. Presence does, and presence requires energy, emotional, physical, nervous system energy that only comes from being rested. Your children don't want a flawless mother. They don't need gourmet meals, perfect routines, or a spotless home to feel loved. They want a mom who laughs easily, who can listen without snapping, who can hug without rushing, who shows them that caring for yourself is not selfish, it's healthy. Your rest is not taking something away from your family. It is what allows you to give from a place that is real, warm, and whole. 7. The ripple effect of rest. When you sleep well, your body doesn't just feel better, your entire nervous system resets. Cortisol, the hormone that keeps you in survival mode, finally starts to drop. Inflammation cools, your immune system repairs, your mood becomes steadier, your patience returns. Your sense of self comes back into focus. And here's the part that often goes unseen. Children don't learn emotional regulation from being told to calm down. They learn it by borrowing our nervous system. They feel our tone, our breathing, our presence. So when a mother is running on empty, overwhelmed, and exhausted, the whole house can feel tight, rushed, tense. Not because she's doing anything wrong, but because her body is in survival mode. But when a mother is rested even a little more, the entire emotional climate softens. The home becomes safer, more predictable, more connected. Rest isn't indulgence, rest is co-regulation. It's leadership. It's how we teach safety without saying a single word. 8. Redefining productivity. We've been trained to believe that productivity means doing more. Checking more boxes, pushing harder, earning rest only after every task is complete. But real productivity isn't just about output. It's about having the energy to keep showing up with patience, presence, and love. Rest is not laziness. Rest is the foundation that makes everything else sustainable. So maybe tonight, instead of folding laundry at midnight, instead of squeezing in one more email, instead of pushing yourself past the point of exhaustion, you turn off the light and say, I have done enough for today. I deserve rest. That simple act, that moment of permission, is not small. It is a cultural rebellion. It is nervous system repair. It is modeling self-worth for the people who are learning from you simply by watching. When we redefine productivity, we redefine motherhood. We show our families that love is not measured by sacrifice, but by presence, softness, and the ability to stay connected to ourselves. 9. Practical ways to reclaim sleep. Let's talk about how to actually make sleep doable, again, gently, realistically, without adding pressure. Your nervous system likes predictability, so the most effective step is a consistent bedtime. Not perfect, just reasonably steady. Your circadian rhythm is like a clock that resets when you give it routine. Then, an hour before bed, dim the lights, even just turning off overhead bulbs and using lamps. This signals your brain to start releasing melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. Try to avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Even if you don't feel wired, caffeine can quietly block deep sleep for hours. Treat your bedroom as a rest space, not a workspace. Your brain learns to relax when it recognizes the environment as safe. And create a wind-down ritual, deep breathing, stretching, warm tea, journaling, gratitude. Anything that tells your body we're safe now, we can soften. But here's the most important part. Ask for support. Sleep is not something mothers are meant to earn alone. It is a family value, a home priority, a shared commitment to everyone's well-being. Rest is not selfish, it is survival. When a mother rests, something profound happens. Her body begins to repair. Her hormones rebalance. Her nervous system shifts from survival back into safety. And when she heals, her family feels it. Children learn love not by watching us sacrifice ourselves to exhaustion, but by watching us honor our limits with gentleness and respect. They learn that connection and calm are not earned through struggle, they grow from balance. So tonight when you close your eyes, please remember this. you're not just recharging a tired body. You are teaching the people who love you what it looks like to value your own life. You are modeling humanity, softness, and self-respect. I'm Nori and my AI twin, Nora, sharing reflections on motherhood, neuroscience, and emotional healing. If this message touched something in you, please like, share, and subscribe, because when mothers sleep, the whole world softens.